acting. Ready for Dan? Gloria Steinem? Not ready. Gloria Steinem? Well, you got Bella Abzug. Bella. Bella. Isn't it curious that a little Orthodox Jewish girl from the Bronx got called Bella? That's an Italian word meaning pretty. Well, that's a misnomer. I never was pretty, so go figure. But my dear Martin, he saw a lot more in me than that. Martin was an avid feminist, and when I decided to run for Congress, he said, go for it. And when I wanted to get involved more in the women's movement, go for it. So I went for it. I went for it with every fiber of my being. I became aware of women's rights, or lack of them, when I was a little girl. And my grandfather took me to the synagogue with him. He was very proud of me because I knew every prayer in the book by heart. But I had to sit up in the balcony with all the women. And I certainly didn't appreciate that. Grandfather was sitting downstairs in his prayer shawl with the other men observing whatever they observed. I felt like a second-class citizen. It wasn't right. I didn't understand it. It was segregation. And that's a dirty word. But then my father died when I was 13. And 10 men came to the house to form a minyan, to sit shiva for him. And I said that I was going to say the Kaddish. Well, they were beside themselves. No woman did that. That was, they were going to deny me the right. But I prevailed. I said Kaddish for my father every day at the synagogue for 11 months until his tombstone was unveiled. Getting back to women's rights, Gloria and Betty and I and many dedicated women worked very, very hard. Worked very hard. We put up with a lot of verbal abuse, obscenities, threats, you name it. But we, the three of us, they often referred to us as the three witches, and I don't mean from Macbeth. Witches, spelled with a capital B. Well, I've had a long life of law and politics, sometimes negative, sometimes positive. In 1977, I ran for mayor of New York, and I was roundly beaten. I've always thought of New York as a man's town, and I guess they weren't ready for a woman mayor. But then on the positive side, in the 70s, I proposed to Congress that married women should be able to obtain credit ratings in their own right, and it passed. We won. So ladies, when you pull that Visa card out of your wallet, you've got me to thank. As I presume half the merchants in America probably do. Well, something's always bothered me. There's a phrase in the Declaration of Independence that all men are created equal. That's generically used. And it sends an odd kind of message to the uninformed. I think it would have been beautiful if they had written, all people are created equal. I certainly believe in that, but I guess it's too late to change, so I'm 77 now, and my oncologist thinks I still have some time to go. I'm counting on it because there's so much left to be done. I've had an interesting life, and I hope a useful one. I had a long and loving, good marriage with a good man, Martin Abzug. And we produced 2 fine girls, Liz and Eve. So I guess in conclusion, all I have to say is that I consider that I've been a very lucky woman.